free and easy. It is day 6 of the World Athletics Championships from Budapest, Hungary. Day 5 has been concluded, and we saw a shock in the men's 1500 meters where Jakob Ingebrigtsen, all 22 years of age of him, was usurped, beaten by Great Britain's Josh Kerr. And it got me thinking, what makes a champion? Viewers and subscribers, what makes a champion? We've got coming up today the semi-finals of the men and women's 200 meters. We also have the finals, the 400 meter flat for men. The women's 400 meters hurdles concludes day 6. Highlights, but without question, my lord, as I saw Josh Kerr send the British media into a frenzy, a bag of excitement. Do we know who came third? Who came second? The beaten champ. I say champ. Jakob Ingebrigtsen lost his 1500 meters final in Eugene a year ago. The same thing happened. This time it was to another Brit. Last time it was a guy called Whiteman. I say a guy called Whiteman. I can't remember his first name. Josh Kerr is the next Brit off the rank. But what makes a champ? You see, beating a star name, beating a champion is one thing. But let's not go over the top. The likes of Jakob Ingebrigtsen, the likes of Shelley Ann Fraser-Pryce of Jamaica, 5 times, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times women's 100 meter world champion. The likes of Grant Holloway, 3 times world hurdles champion, 110 meters. These possess the right stuff. In the Reason Boss's view, we should not let go of these essential features. And the question then is asked, the likes of Josh Kerr, Whiteman, and those interlopers who feel that they can carry a torch, can they meet this criteria? These criteria follows as far as the Reason Boss is concerned. Like, share, and subscribe. These are the key elements of what makes a champion, and why we've got to big up the Shelley Ann Fraser-Pryces, the Elaine Thompson-Herrers, the Grant Holloways, the Noah Lyles of this world, the Mondo Duplantis of this world. That competitive drive, to be the willingness to put yourself front and center, the proverbial X on your back. I'm the man, I'm the woman to beat. Come and get me if you can, Usain Bolt style. And yet, delivering time after time, more often than not, a love of winning too. They simply love to win. They're competitive and they love to win. That level of consistency is so vital. It's not a fly-by-night business where we're getting excited. Oh, I've won. Somebody was off. Someone was disqualified. Someone was carrying a knee injury. Someone had an off day. These things happen. Very rarely are athletes in 100% tip-top condition. But do we care to inquire how the training has been going? How is the training? How did they feel on the day? And yet, these champions from days of old, champion, the wonder horse, that theme has been going through my mind for a reason. The great Ed Moses, my lord, he went for years, 400 meters hurdle. Unbeaten. How did he do it? Didn't he feel off on certain days when other athletes rising to the task and on tip-top condition, in tip-top shape, and yet they couldn't beat him? The mark of a champion: consistency, longevity, and the ability, if someone usurps them on any given occasion. How do you stand up, dust yourself down, rewind and come again? The mark of a champion: the ability, the bounce back ability. Having belief in oneself, having that hunger, that drive, the talent. Of course, you need the God-given talent, but you need to work on that talent. Day in, day out, uphill and down dale. You need to have a love of the game. You need to have a rigorous, robust training regime individually. And you need that team around you, the physiotherapists, the psychologists, the masseurs, the managers, the tactical heads, the cool, calm heads, not a bag of a bunch of yes men and women. No. Some people will tell you, hold on, you're coming short here. You can improve here. Willingness to learn from others and learn from one's mistakes. This is why I salute the champions who have stood the test of time. The Shelly-Ann Fraser-Prices, the likely heirs, the likes of Sharika Jackson, Sha Carri Richardson. My Lord, my Lord. She's got a wealth of years in front of her. She acknowledges the greatness of the likes of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, who have led the way, carried the torch for women sprinting. Shelly-Ann, arguably the greatest sprinter, male or female, ever. Why? Longevity. The ability to stay hungry, still finding challenges year after year. Oh God. These are the marks of champions. Josh Kerr, you are now the world's 1500 meters men's champion. In athletics circles, we are now expecting what? Josh, I've got to say, I've got some time for Josh. Josh Kerr spent many years in the United States of America training and studying. He picked up that winning philosophy that the Americans, who are flying high in the middle table, topping the tables, followed by the likes of Ethiopia, Spain, Viva Martin, a race walker, 3 medals, all. At least 2, my apologies, at least 2 have gone to Martin, the 20 kilometer and 35 kilometer men's race walking champion. I salute. 3 gold medals. And Martin, he must be doing something right. 20 kilometers and 35 kilometers. Unbeaten. Rising to the occasion against the world's best. My Lord, my Lord. And talking of which, in athletics, you know what? There are levels. There's context. You've got the heptathlon. Only limited number of countries participate due to economic factors and historical factors. Is there a history of the heptathlon, that 7-event multi-event competition in the Caribbean? In Africa, we don't see that. But when it comes to running, 100, 200, 400, on your marks, get set, go. Can you run fast? You're in. You can come from all over the world if you've got that God-given talent and that hunger. And that's why I salute those when the world's finest athletes congregate and those champions rise and continue to rise. And if defeated, a silver medal constitutes a defeat. A bronze constitutes second of the runners-up. But for the champions, the glory, I must salute at this juncture those who can consider themselves champions in their own right. The likes of Kyron McMaster, 400 meters hurdles silver medalist behind the outstanding champion that is Karsten Warholm of Norway. It's British Virgin Islands' first ever World Championship medal, and in a man killer of an event with the likes of Rai Benjamin, the likes of Dos Santos of Brazil, Benjamin of America, born of a father who represented the West Indies in cricket. That is an event it's extremely difficult to medal. And yet Kyron McMaster fought and strove. He said his desire, his goal is to take down all 3 of the greatest 400-meter hurdle exponents. He took down Santos. He took out Rai Benjamin, who still can't believe what happened. He said he's got to go back to the drawing board, but he's got to think. He said, I've got to let it sink in. Let it sink in. He could run a faster time in his sleep with his eyes closed. So he says it's good to have that belief. That's another factor. Let's go back to what makes a champion. Having that inner belief that you can achieve and you will achieve. It's about execution. Kyron McMaster's executed second place, a thoroughly deserved second place, and now he's chasing Carsten Vorholm. He knows he's a silver medal holder, the proud recipient. Big up yourself, Kyron, and on his mother's birthday. Big up yourself. Like, share, and subscribe. The Reason Boss saluting champions, elect, past, present, and future. It's about consistency. When I see consistency, when I see the hunger, I see the drive, I see the desire, the belief, the willingness to be shot at. Not ducking and diving, cherry picking in track and field. Bring it. And more power to athletics as well. We need to see more of these head-to-head clashes featuring the world's finest. We've got the 400 meters later this evening. On Thursday, London, England will be calling and watching. My Lord, who will be victorious with Stephen Gardner? A wonderful champion, struck down by injury. It's now an opportunity for someone else to take up that mantle of world champion. It's the opportunity for someone to wear the crown and step across the line, run across the line first. Stephen Gardner would love to have been there. Some of the champions, the definition of greatness, it's to say, hey, I wanted Stephen Gardner to be on the track. I don't want to be ducking and diving. I don't want to see my opponents disqualified, injured, unavailable, missing. No. Bring one, bring all. Last man standing, last woman standing, last person standing. The Reason Boss simply says like, share, and subscribe. As the World Athletics Championships continues, let us remember the heart, the makings of a champion. It's not a fly-by-night thing. Consistency, longevity, belief, hunger, a willingness to dust yourself down and rewind and come again. That's what I'll be looking for from the likes of Josh Kerr. Are you ready? Are you ready? Josh, are you ready? Like, share, and subscribe. It's going to be hot in Budapest. My Lord, the Reason Boss will be there.